Alright, so this is my build for the league, and we did it, boys. We got to max dot cap again. So just to show you the POB. So this is it. So as always, I always use the same configuration for all my builds since I started this build. So just to have a reference, we look at the POB. So first of all, I've never been this tanky. This is the tankiest that I was able to get this build to get to. So this is insane. And then, as you can see right there, we got back to the dot cap, and easily get back to dot cap because of one major thing and another smaller thing, but two things that help that, and also the tankiness and and also the speed, the movement speed. I've never been this quick before, and as you can see, we are right at almost at perfect cast rate for the Forbidden Rite, and if we look at the Cyclone, we are 35% over cap on crit, so it's just perfect for the build. So let's go to the game. All right, so first of all, the tree. If we look at the tree, the things that, well, just look at the items first, I think, because it's gonna explain the tree a little bit better. So, the major thing that happened this league was this, the Vestigial items. So I can get Divine Flesh now on the on any shield. So this helped a lot with the DPS and the tankiness. I put it, of course, on Leper's Arms because that's insane damage for me. So this is both good for tankiness and for DPS. So this is the major thing this league. If we look at the other items, I got the Doppelganger +2 good gem for the 4% reduce chaos damage. Alright. Then, as always, I did the same thing with the Bound by Destiny. So we got cooldown recovery with Shaper items, and this time, this league, I got +3% maximum chaos with 4 Hunter items. So we get our Shaper items from the Tide of Time and the Ungil. The Ungil is both the Shaper and Hunter. Then we get the Circle of Nostalgia, really nice with movement speed. That's just perfect. And the Anathema, I needed this one with Hunter Inference. I think I paid 40 divs for this one. It's quite expensive. Usually I could buy them. Last league I was able to buy these influence items for much cheaper, but making one yourself I try, but it just takes way too much time to do that. So as far as the rest is concerned, boots. We got boots with both elusive and tailwind, just like last league. We got increase effect elusive, and we got 25% increase effect of tailwind. I paid for these boots. I didn't grab these boots this league because it would have costed me way more than I paid. I paid, I think, 90 divs, which is quite a lot. And then I think I used like 30 divs to roll the 25% increase effect of tailwind. So as you can see, these are the perfect boots for my build. We got fire res, chaos res, and they come with 35 movement speed. So that's insane. Insane pair of boots. Then the helmet. The helmet needed the Hunter Inference there, so it's elevated -12 chaos res with +1 maximum power charge. The cold res, as you can see, is wasted, but we got fire res and we got lots of life. And more importantly, I could craft a prefix. There was an open prefix, so I could craft a +1 to Succoted to get my Purity of Fire to give me 1 extra % of max fire res. I bought this helmet. I think it was quite expensive. I think 80 divs, I think, for the helmet. So quite an expensive helmet. Then the gloves. The gloves, I was about to craft them, but I just looked around just for fun for the stats that I needed, and there was this perfect pair of gloves. I think it's like somebody crafted it exactly for my build, and it was like 4 divs, something like that. Really insane. So what was the most expensive thing on the gloves? Of course, the implicits. So getting the Searing Exarch implicit was quite a pain in the ass. The Either reward is pretty much wasted. I don't really need it because usually I would get the suppress spell damage, but as you can see it's already on the gloves, because usually I would get the chaos rays on the gloves, but the boots came with the chaos rays, so I didn't need it on the gloves, so I could get them with the suppress. And then usually what I would get on the implicit would be poison chance. But as you'll see on the tree, I got 2 jewels with 5% chance to poison, so I'm capped there with that. So I didn't need poison. So increase effect of your marks, that's best thing that I could get. So it's wasted, but better than nothing. So as for the last item, the dagger. So I always craft my daggers. Of course you can't buy these because this is one of a kind, just made for my build. And this league, one of the things that they changed, they added more increase crit chance, base crit chance on the daggers. And by crafting the harvest craft with the increased crit, combined with that, I could just barely reach 100% crit without having any local crit on the dagger itself. So that left me with 3 suffix. So I could. This is why I got damage over time and chaos damage over time as a suffix. So this change, the change with the 3 crit chance on the daggers, this league. Really help with the DPS also. So how I roll this, you just use the Zeal essence for the attack speed until you hit tier 1 damage over time. Then you harvest chaos. Well, before you do that, you suffix can be changed. You harvest chaos. You need a free suffix. So you harvest chaos, you hope to get chaos damage over time. If you don't, you have to try again. And you're gonna either get chaos damage over time or +1 chaos or added chaos damage. So once you get your damage over time, tier 1, and you got a free suffix, you're pretty much good from there. So when you get the chaos damage over time, you just hope that you get high tier. So I think one time I got it like a tier 4, another time I got a tier 5. So I was very happy to get a tier 2 there. So after that, the rest of the craft is done. You do suffix can be changed, chaos harvest, you get +1 all chaos spell. If you don't, because there's only 2 possibilities, added chaos and +1. Try again. And then you just craft hits can be evaded. That's it. That's the perfect dagger for my build. I never had never had a dagger with this much DPS before. And this can only be used on on my build basically. So it's a +2 level with how much is it? 59% damage over time. And of course I had to just divine until I needed precisely 23% increase attack speed to get this close to the CDR numbers, and it was just luck to get maximum rolls for the other 2 mods. So Was pretty lucky. This is the best this dagger can get. So this is my gear. As far as flask, well, got the same flask as last league. So the replicas of the Divine, the Progenesis, which was really cheap this league. I think I paid like 40 divs for it. So this is usually my most expensive item, but not this league. League would be probably the boots at 90, and the helmet I think was 80. So 80 for the helmet, 90 for the boots. I think this was like 40 divs for the leopard's arm with divine flesh. Yeah, and I paid like 40 divs for the anathema. This was cheap. This was also cheap, I think, very cheap. This was cheap, couple divs. Crafting this, the base, I think the base was 22 divs, and then it's not that expensive to craft, maybe, I don't know, 10-15 divs to craft, 20 max. The doppelganger, I think I paid like 40 divs, which it's a pretty good deal for that. With perfect, less physical. I always go for perfect. +2. Then if we look at the Ruby Flask, same as last league, same thing with Quicksilver with 14% movement speed, perfect reduced duration, and this league I tried rolling them my life flask myself, and so I got this one done. So I just buy one with 30 quality. Roll increase amount recovered, divine it to 70, then craft chance to avoid being stunned, and you corrupt them. So I was lucky to get 36%. So this, I think this is the best life flask that I've ever used on that build also. So as far as the tree is concerned, because of the changes, because of the divine flesh, we could use temper by warp, just like we had on the first two leagues that I did with that build when we had a Mauxul chill. So this is the easiest to get that build going. It's very easy because you get 50% there, and you get another 50% with divine flesh. So that solves all your problems with conversion. And one other advantage of putting that jewel there is you get strength, and the build does need a lot of strength. So this is perfect jewel for me. And I also got the perfect rolls on the jewel itself, because I got 4% life there, 4% life there, 4% and 4%. I got 16% life just from that jewel, and you can add to that the strength also. So this was an insane jewel. So we got the same thing over here with unspeakable gifts. I changed this jewel this league, not this one. This one I took Septic Spell and Circling Oblivion. Circling Oblivion is a lot of DPS. I switched that before I had the Brute for Potency here, but I realized that I didn't need this much Flask charge gain, so I just switched for Circling Oblivion. That's another increase in DPS there. Then something there. I got an insane Watcher Eyes. I've never had one like that. Triple with Vitality. This is insane. I could never buy, and I think it was cheap. It was like 4 divs or something like that. And I divined it, and I got really lucky with that divine also. Almost all maxed for the divine rolls, except the increased life, the lowest, but the other stats almost max. So this is insane. Watch your eyes. This is why, because if we go back to the PoB, I've never had this much life recovery before. Almost 10,000 just from the flask, plus the unhit 1,300. So this is how much is it? 10, 11, almost a little bit over 11,000 life recovery. So this is insane, and this is mostly all thanks to this insane jewel. We did the same thing over here. I realized that taking this wheel with the culling strike was really much better as far as DPS is concerned, and plus the culling strike is such a comfortable thing to have always. Then we got the Light of Meaning there, of course, and I think this league was pretty cheap. I got it pretty early. Then all the since I got so much intel and strength, I could use a lot more tattoos. So the intel tattoos, I got the chaos damage there. Chaos, I think, one somewhere. Is it right there? Where is it? Strength. There. So I got another third one there, intel, chaos damage. So since I didn't need the poison chains, I could use more DPS for that. Then if we go down, always one tattoo for the blind chains. And the thing that I change, usually I would use the what's the the jewel that gives you you can take all the nose near chaos inoculation. What's it called? I don't remember the name, but usually I would take that jewel and take these two over there. That's a lot of damage, plus the increase effect of curse. But when I checked the PoB, it was way more. I know it looks weird down there, but all these points, I tried many combinations, and this is the best that gives me the most DPS and also the most tankiness combined. So I tried taking these nodes over here, or like I said, taking the jewel, then taking these two nodes. I tried quite a few combinations, and this is the best, even if I know this doesn't look optimized, but it is. And I take these nodes over there also. You could also try to just avoid coming here, but I like the suppressed chains and the movement speed. So this is not negotiable for me. I want these nodes over here. So since we got space for more jewels here, this cluster just more damage, and we got two jewels there. So this one, is it this one? Chaos, poison duration. Yeah, I think one of them is like perfect. Got 3 damage mods plus the increased life. This one, damage over time, chaos damage. Yeah, they both are pretty good. So on these two jewels, I got chance to poison, 10% total. So this freed up the chance to poison, the 10% that I needed, last 10%. And these gives me, of course, a lot of damage plus life. So this is why this is more advantageous for me to take this jewel there to get life and damage. Otherwise, you just get damage. And as you could see, I'm already dot cap, so that didn't need any more damage than that. So this is my tree for this league. This is my build, and we're at we sit at 89% fire res, 83% chaos res. We don't need the other stats. The block chance is a bit lower, hence the leper's arm only have 30% chance to block. But like I said, we are way more tanky. It tank much bigger hits. I tried it, and for the first time I can tank the Maven memory game. This is the first time that I can tank that. So just a quick demo of map. Let's do a quick tier 16. Show you. Looks like.
They know all your secrets.
So we just spin around, and we've never had this much movement speed before. And damage. Pretty insane. That's it. Go back to the boss. Here we go.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So, this is the build. I'm very happy with the build. This is pretty much as good as it gets as far as this build is concerned. You count everything, like I said, like 100 something divs there, 100, 200, another 100, 300 divs, 350. I'd say maybe about 500 divs total. What I spent for this character, around 500 would be fair, something like that. So this is really this is the end game version of that build, because I've had three. I started playing it on day one, on day 2, the second day of the league that I started playing the build immediately, and that was really a good idea. That was really fun. So the build was good straight away. So I switched to this build pretty early. And we got to level 100 in about took about 100 hours. 100 hours of playtime to get to level 100. So pretty happy with the 7th version, 7th league that I've been playing this build. That's it.